have a great story.
Regulation 3B. Never undo restraints.
This is one of those things that you're in radio and it just shit happens.
Obviously.
Okay, we're gonna have to find
So
another
whenever the Astros went to
I'm in
the
charge
World
here.
Series the
Senior
first time
officer.
ever.
When I won my mattress, is that what you're talking about?
No, the first time ever. The first time, like in
From
the
Mattress Mac at Gallery
in
Furniture?
the early 2000s. Okay.
I'm fine.
Well, I was
You?
working at KRB at the time.
I remember those
I
days.
think it was 2005.
This way.
I was dating a different girlfriend. Yeah, I remember that very well.
Back toward
And
the
so
others.
some
another blast door down here.
some companies sent me this collectible thing that had like
Are you kidding
it was
me?
a framed picture of the Astros and it had like a little piece of one of the bases or some shit like that. And so I hung it outside my office
Almost there.
whenever I was working at KRB again. And so I had a gig to go to. I had a remote, like a personal appearance
work.
thing that I was going to.
You didn't do
And I
too bad
walk out
yourself.
into
Pirate.
the
Only Star
lobby,
Lord. Or
and
Peter, or, you know,
Roger Clemens
no,
is
but
right
that
there,
what's
and I'm
it?
like, son
Nice.
of a bitch!
Wait, he
Peter.
did steroids,
So,
right?
listen, I
Dude,
have some good news.
Don't fuck up my story.
Oh,
Some
sorry.
bad
Go ahead.
news about your friends.
So I walk out, and Roger Clemens
the
is right
good
there, and
news.
I'm like, son
They're
of
all
a bitch!
fine.
I can't even stay here.
they
I
all
have
have
somewhere I
life
have to be, so I gotta
So,
leave. So
what's the
pass
bad
right by
news?
Roger Clemens. You know,
Come
it's
on.
a cool thing. I ran into a
Large.
lot of the Astros players and a
missed
lot
it
of
first.
artists whenever
Should we try
I worked
using
at
that
KRBE.
thingamajig of yours to call
But-
someone?
We don't need help.
I come back
I
the
know what
next
I'm doing.
day, and that
Now help me block
plaque
this
that was
fire
on
so
the
we can get
outside
through.
of my office
Sure.
door
Just that
was
everyone must
signed
be worried.
Rocket was
Captain's
here.
kid goes missing.
He
Captain's
just
kid
passed
is
by and he
still
saw
a
it, so he
Mormon.
decided he was going to sign
Easy
it.
does it.
Kind of cool.
And is it still somewhere, like on that wall?
No, it's at my house.
Oh,
No, I have
There,
so much
see?
signed
You
memorabilia
don't need to
at
worry
my
about
house just sitting there.
Enough people around
The other
you
thing
think
that I have, I think I told you
For
about
what
this
it's worth,
before,
I
that
think you're doing
whenever I was working
As
again
good
at
an arresting
KRBE,
officer as I've ever had.
there was
How many
this
of you have?
Not that many.
there was this guitar that was sitting in the corner, and we used to have our
Is
production
that
guy
robot
that would
wearing
come into
makeup?
this
What?
office and he would
Oh,
act like he was
yeah.
playing the guitar.
That's just it.
And so I said, "Well, what
I,
is that?
I
Who
know all the
signed
bots
this
down
guitar?"
here.
Because it was just a signed guitar
They're kind of my friends.
sitting right
I
there
guess.
in the
I
corner.
reprogrammed most of them.
He's like, "I don't know."
Faces.
And so I started looking at the
No, I mean,
guitar,
it's cool.
and
Gives
it
them
was from the
personality.
second ever
Okay.
Lollapalooza.
Whoa!
All of Ministry signed it. All of the Red Hot Chili Peppers signed it.
Regulation 2B.
Perry
Prisoners
signed
must
it.
keep
Uh-huh.
close at all times.
All of
You got 'em all
the
memorized,
everybody
don't
from
you?
Pearl Jam signed it.
Wow.
Ice Cube
People
signed
would
it.
freak out over that.
your
And so,
mom know you
but
play down
listen,
here?
there
Probably
was
not.
one
But what else
signature
am I gonna do?
that was rubbed
like
off
there's any other
where
kids
he
on
used
board.
to play it.
You
The
know,
way he would put
I
his
didn't
arm,
have a lot of friends
it
your
rubbed
age
off
either. Granted,
Eddie
I was
Vedder's
in
signature.
prison, but still.
So
Of
Mom
the
that
one
was
spot,
right
too.
about
That one,
It was a
that,
Shatari
because
prison.
Flea
I was just
wrote
a
on
kid.
there,
I have
"Fuck you,
so many
Perry."
questions.
You know, like joking,
Were your
because
parents in
Perry
prison too?
Farrell signed
No,
it.
my mom.
So the office that it was in, I told the lady
didn't know
that
my
was
dad.
in that office, I said,
How do
"Hey,
you know
I
my
have a
mom?
signed
Exactly.
Goo Goo
We
Dolls
fought together
guitar
on
at my
Mercury during
house.
the war. She
I will
was-
trade you that signed
is
Goo Goo Dolls
a real
acoustic
spitfire.
guitar
Like real
for
controlling.
that
And
guitar
bossy
right there
and
that
judgmental.
is
You're
from
just a kid,
the
Nikki.
second ever
You don't know what's good
Lollapalooza."
for you,
And
Nikki.
she said,
Yeah, you escape
"Oh,
pods,
hell yeah."
Nikki.
So that guitar
You
is
have
I
it?
know what you
Yeah.
mean.
And
It's
you,
been-
whoa, that was
This
a
is
better
new
story
low,
because
Peter.
I
Even
thought you
for
were just saying you
Peter.
missed out
It's
on it.
restricted
No.
You
space,
actually have the
Peter.
guitar.
It's.
Yep.
I'll bring it next time
That's
if y'all
right.
want to see it.
This
I don't know
way.
if anybody wants to see it, but it's sitting.
Thumbs up.
It's sitting.
Let us know.
At my house, in
This
the
is an
corner,
attempt to
Are
collection
you proud of
box.
it?
Mom,
Did you
shit,
at least
I
get like a
really
wall
need to
hanger for
know,
your guitar? I'll
because I
buy
may
you a
or
wall
may
hanger
not be
for it.
super
No, I've been.
interested.
Look, I've
Just
needed money at different
really
times
need
and
to
thought
make
about
sure it
selling
doesn't
it.
look like a
Pawning it.
kidnapping.
What?
What I
No,
really
no.
would like to do, you know, number one, wouldn't it be
Don't
cool if that
laugh.
was in
No, no.
at a Hard Rock Cafe or something like that?
It sounds
or
like
a
it should be.
museum?
Your secret hideout, right?
I like the idea of fuck you.
Definitely.
Yeah, fuck you, Perry. And so
We're not
what we can do
staying.
one time is that we can make a
Is this your
video
mom?
showing it, but
Single-handedly winning the war?
I would
Obviously, I
really
know she
like to
didn't do it
one
by
day
herself.
have
No.
Eddie Vedder.
That final push was
Sign.
Re-sign it to fix it.
it was a
Just
massive
re-sign
So
it.
it's not blurred
Were you
out
there?
anymore.
It
That's
would
a great idea.
That would be
effort
really fucking cool.
Differently.
You know what? Next time I come over here, I'll bring it
Brady.
though.
You know what? I'll call Eddie.
Secret stuff off limits.
No adults.
Yeah.
I get it.
Next
Anyway,
time he's in
I'm all
Houston.
done here.
I'll give him a
We
bottle
should
of
probably
wine.
get back. before Mom
And
completely
so
freaks.
another
Yeah,
thing, whenever
I've seen your mom
whenever I was at
overreact before.
KRBE, a lot of this happened whenever I was
kidding.
over
You
there.
know what? Talk
You
to
know?
Elliot
Tell
when
me
Eddie
about
comes
it.
back into town next time. If Elliot has any say so, just to say
you get where I'm coming
that would be a
from,
great
right?
backstory.
Like
Oh,
if you
yeah.
do
That
end
would
up
be cool.
talking
I bet
to
Elliot
my
would do it
mom-
for
And
you.
I bet
Say
Eddie
no
Vedder
more.
would want to
I'll
see
make sure
this
Corral
guitar from
knows what a
that
good
many
job
years
you
ago.
did.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like nostalgia.
And I would take a picture with him, put it right
But
beside the guitar, and then it would be on your wall for the rest of your
Mom never
life.
needs to
And
know
so,
I was in the
whenever I
hangar
was,
at all.
whenever I was at
So
KRBE, I did that. We had a
never
lot of
saw
artists
you?
come through
Exactly.
all the time.
Never saw
I
me.
mean, I
Never
have a
saw my
picture with
past
me and
feed. We had
Rihanna
heard of Nikki Gold
before
and
she
how
even
cool
started.
she
Because
was, but
KRBE, I was
that's
thinking buzz-wise. I was
No.
like, why would Rihanna be in a picture with you?
I have a, I have
Yes.
something that. So Chris
it.
Brown,
Mom.
who there's a lot of
I can
opinions
explain.
on him. He's not like the coolest guy in the world.
Is he
but
the peeing guy?
Whenever-
No. Which one is he? He's
He's
not
a-
the guy that pisses on you, is he?
no, well,
Remember the Dave Chappelle?
Mom,
No,
seriously.
no, that's Rick
A-okay.
James.
Very
Oh, Rick.
strange.
No, Rick James isn't the pee
What
guy.
were you thinking? Sneaking out
There
with
was
the
a
rest of
hip
the
hop
squad.
artist that
liked to
Running
pee
around
on
with
people.
criminals.
It wasn't
Alleged
Chris Brown.
criminals.
I
You
don't
almost
think.
died. Do you have any
But-
idea how grounded you are right now?
Whenever Chris Brown was sitting there, it's
You
whenever he had
promised to give me
first
more
started.
leeway.
You know, he was a
Leeway
brand new
doesn't
artist,
belong to
and
officers.
he and Rihanna
sneaking
weren't
around
even
behind
dating
my
yet.
back.
Although they came to the
It's my
station
fault some
within
guy's
1
ship
month of each
blew
other.
up.
But he sat there
Restricted areas
and he
are
drew a
restricted for a
photo.
reason.
It was a really good drawing, and I have it at my
Grayson,
house
you're a child.
that I just kept
Are you
it.
even listening?
Whoa.
One time we were going, like we
Well,
had
through
a
lot
visit
today.
from
Let's just all take a
Aerosmith.
deep breath.
And the record rep from
recognize
Aerosmith
that
was my record rep whenever
maybe
I
we've
was
all
in
made some
Tyler.
mistakes.
And I was walking through to go to the performance
Make sure the
that
fire
they
is
were,
out
or
in
the
the hangar
interview
secure.
that
Yes,
Steven
Commander.
Tyler was going to
And
do.
find out why that
And
churchman's shuttle
this guy
exploded.
Andy Flick, he goes, "Hey dude, I haven't seen you in forever." He's like, "Oh well, wait, come see." And so we go to where Steven Tyler is, and he goes, "Hey, Steven, this is my buddy from Tyler." And Steven Tyler goes, "Hey, I'm from a Tyler
you'd
too."
overreact.
You know,
You
like his
always
mom. So,
overreact.
and so he
Even
sat there and
Peter
just
was
like
saying so.
bullshitted for a little while. But I have a harmonica
I
that I
suspect
bought
Peter
for him
misspoke,
to
something
sign,
he often tends to
and he
do.
played it a little bit.
So I suggest you worry less about what
So,
he said and more about what
R.
I'm
Kelly
saying
is the
now.
P guy, correct.
What you did was
That's what,
extremely
but you knew what I was talking
dangerous.
about, right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I knew
yeah,
there was
no,
a
no,
guy.
I forgot
I
about R.
didn't
Kelly.
mean
R. Kelly's
overreact,
such a piece
like
of
Shane
shit.
was saying the R. Kelly guy.
And then
Like,
Draco
celebrate
had a
what a
signed
moral person
pic
of
from
conviction you
Metallica.
are.
That's fucking awesome.
That's not what you said.
My dad
I
gave
don't
it to
care what
me
he said.
to some flashing boob chick.
Initiate
Before I
lockdown.
gave it to her, I showed him his face.
What, are you going to kill us?
In theory, these doors don't
So
open
he gave it
until I
away?
say so.
Is that right, Draco? Your
Yeah.
dad gave it
I
away
know
for
how
somebody
lockdown works.
flashing
I
their
don't think
boobs?
you do because
I'll
somehow
tell you this.
you keep
Back in the day,
bypassing
one of
every
my
security measure on
dad's
this ship, and I
wives,
want to know how. Or
we
you can
we
just
used
show
to
me.
always go every year to Mardi Gras, and one of my moms
You know,
liked
this
to. There
reminds
was
me
there
of
was
the
a
last time I
certain
was stuck
set
in
of
the elevator.
beads.
I
One
was
of my
with
moms.
the Shiar girl, and she
Ew.
It is what it is, dude. Listen, I loved every
She
one
was
of them.
a
They were all
lovely
sweet in their own
person.
way. And one of them, if she wanted a set of beads, she would
No one
flash. So
leaves
my dad would have to
until
go,
you tell me what I
Jeremy,
wanna know."
turn around. Your stepmom wants some beads right now.
Oh my
No, I
God.
don't.
So
I
I mean, my
know
dad was
you're a
cool at the
magnet for
time,
danger.
and my
And that
stepmom
you
wanted those
somehow
beads,
keep
and she
getting
would
caught
get
in
those
restricted
beads.
areas of
Holy
this ship.
shit, dude.
I'm small.
She had the fever. You know?
Okay?
Wow.
I fit into places.
I
Being
never
small doesn't
understood,
get you
and I
past
still
security,
don't.
or
I
through
don't,
the hangar
I
bay
don't understand
checkpoint, or
women
the
that go
maintenance
down
tunnel
Bourbon
glass
Street
door.
and
Your
think
mom
that
deserves to know what
a
happened.
good
An exploding ship is a very
a
serious
good
thing.
swap for beads is showing their
Okay,
tits.
clearly not what I meant.
I just don't. I
How
don't.
was
don't
my
Just tits, but
12-year-old
tits are
daughter
amazing, but
anywhere
look,
in the
everybody
vicinity
benefits.
Of that ship.
Everybody benefits.
those beads cost 37
Wow, I thought
cents.
she was at least 16.
Peter.
And your dignity is
What?
worth more than that, right?
She really knew her stuff. She's a smart kid.
As long as there's no
Too
video or
smart. She
photos,
keeps bypassing security.
then it's free,
Unless
and
you
dignity
have a
doesn't
level
exist
6
when there's
access
no
to my ship all
before
of a sudden?
Facebook, before cell
Didn't
phones,
think
before
so.
video
You
like
collect
on
gold,
demand like
empty your
that,
pockets.
before
No.
daughters with
You empty
father
your pockets.
issues, those videos that they made and kind of stuff like that. Then it was
I know you're
fun.
hiding
But
something.
now
I
that
still have feelings
everything
for you.
is literally recorded with
Excuse
everyone's
me?
phone, it's not
Not
fun
like-
anymore.
No,
Feelings,
none of that
feelings,
shit's
but
fun.
It's
more
not fun anymore. Like you're on
emotions.
video all the time. It's
You know,
not
because
fun.
of the
Yeah, I
explosions
know.
and
I-
you
so
and
whenever
everything
I
you went
was-
through
I was
back in
like-
the war.
So I got beads on Bourbon Street one time. Right?
You flashed your tits.
No.
I'm good now.
You flashed more than tits?
Okay, good.
Was a girl throwing
I
beads?
didn't do any of that. None of that for me. None of that for Josh. He's a straight up guy.
I tried to flash my ass one time. time when I was 18
You
or plus or
stole a
something like that
passkey?
because a girl was saying, hey, show me your butt or
steal
something.
it.
But then my dad
I
pulled my
made
pants
it.
up right as I was pulling them down. Like he lifted me up out like a wedgie. because
Points for
it was
ingenuity.
illegal to show that area at the time, so I would have been
Disengage lockdown.
arrested. Does that make sense? So boobs were legal, anything else was
Can I go
not.
help
You
secure
know,
the hangar?
you know
And
what?
I didn't know.
No,
You know
you
what?
can go back to your quarters and
so
you can
whenever
stay there for the next 30
whenever we
rotations.
would go
But
to
Mom, I
Bourbon
can
Street,
make it
what we
30
got in trouble for
cycles.
wasn't flashing or any of that. It was peeing. You know, because I had a buddy that
I mean,
we
what
had,
man hasn't peed on a side alley? You know.
Well, my buddy, we had to go pick him up from jail because he peed, and it was we had a dual bachelor party. It was both of us getting married in the next like month, and
So, rough day, huh?
we all of us made it back to the hotel except for
Shuttles,
Jeff. We had to go
warnings
pick
on
him up
trespassers.
in jail the next day because
Missing
he
kid.
got caught peeing and
have
got
no
arrested
idea.
and thrown in jail.
and so when did you guys have to? Oh, Chewbacca! There's a Chewbacca toy, just like what we
We
were
still
talking about
have 'em.
Star Wars. You see that?
Can't believe you survived. Mercury was what,
y'all had to bail him out?
degrees?
Yeah, he
More like
called
a
it like
1,000
6
cycles
o'clock in the
ago.
morning and nobody answered the phone. And there were 20-something
keep
of
him
us
if you
in
want.
2 different rooms.
He
I'm
is
not
yours.
bullshitting you.
Hey, I
that we were
ordered
sleeping
him
in
to
the
look out
floor
for
and
you.
everywhere
What
else.
age?
Expect him to keep doing his job.
I got married at
Especially-
24? 24. Yeah, I got married at 24. So I'm glad I grew up
12-year-old
before
daughter.
cell phones. No shit.
We didn't have
No
You at least got a
Oh,
chance to
shit.
experience it. You know, like when you
12
actually used
years
to have to pick the
ago
phone
when
up and
we-
Peter.
you remember those extended cables, a phone cable that were like 90 feet of that that
When we
curly
picked up your
Q
ship.
phone cable that you could put under your door.
And you couldn't take pictures with those phones.
I'm just saying, like, I just feel like the privacy
All this
thing
time,
has
you haven't
disappeared. So
changed.
Just
exciting
imagine-
moments in your life
I know,
have
you're
flat out
still the
disappeared.
same.
I've
Just
changed.
imagine what it's like
Whatever the
raising
fine is, I'll
kids,
pay. Just give me
where you have
3
to say
cycles.
like, so
prove
a
that I'm not
good,
You're going to pay
a good example of that.
9,000 units.
my
in
15-year-old,
3
he was
cycles.
14 at the time. He goes, "Can
Yeah,
I
I
have
was thinking
Snapchat?"
that maybe-
And I was like, "Hell
Lying
no!" And at the same time I said that,
Actually,
his
if I
mom
didn't have
goes,
these
"Yeah."
handcuffs
I'm
on.
like, "Whoa, what, you're gonna let him have Snapchat?" And so now I
You've
have to
got
explain
3
to
cycles,
him,
Peter.
do
Not 4,
not
not
ever,
5, 3.
ever have any
Contact me when you've got the
nudity
units.
on your
And
phone
if we
from people you
don't-
know,
The
if people are
device we
sending it around or
installed
any of
will
that
deactivate
shit,
your
because
ship.
that's my
We will
phone
look
bill
over
I'm
them.
paying for. That's
Does
my,
that go to you?
That's
Won't let
my,
you down.
it's my property.
So it goes to you. You'll go to jail if
I
your
don't,
kid does it.
I don't know, but I'm not willing to risk
I
it.
wouldn't either.
You said you could get us
Dude.
out of this.
I
It's
did.
crazy.
9,000 units is a small price.
9,000 units!
How many times have you sent
It's
a
a
dick pic?
tremendous sum.
Never.
Where
Not
are we
one.
gonna get that
Not
kind of
one
money
time.
in
Because here's the
3
thing.
cycles?
By robbing
I'd
a
never
freaking
want
bank
something like that to
Okay.
come back to haunt me.
So
And
we
I've
got
already,
fined.
the second
We
I
have a
started
Nova tracking
understanding
thing on
that,
our ship that's going to shut down our engines.
have you
We
have
don't
you
pay
seen how
that
people
fine in
like
3
start
cycles.
attacking people's
At
like
least we're
full
not on a
feed? They
prisoner
go back in like
transport.
2009 when you post
on,
something,
guys.
and they'll start like attacking you. Once I
You're
realized
Drax
that
the
that was happening in
Destroyer,
social
man.
media,
You
I was
killed
like, you know what?
Thanos.
I've realized that I'm
Are
gonna
you gonna
back
let a little
away a
fine
little bit
slow
from
you
all of
down?
that. Like,
Well,
people
and
want to post
Gamora,
their
you're
lives on
practically
it,
an
but
MI6
people
agent,
can
but
go back
way
and
harder
attack you
and
because
cooler.
you've posted all
There's
of your
nothing you
life on
can't
that kind of
do.
stuff, and
Here it comes.
you're up for grabs, man.
Well,
You're
what
an
I told
actual
what I told
genius and the
Billy was, I
scrappiest dude
said,
I know. How many prisons
if
did
you ever
break out
come
of?
into contact with
7.
that photo, you have to you
are
have to
Groot.
stay away from
You'll
that
never live it down.
because
We're supposed to be a
that
team.
person
All we need to
has
do is
no
figure out how
protection at
broke
that
we are
point.
and come up with a plan.
You know that
So check
that
your quarters.
girl or
Check
boy,
between the
whoever it
sofa
is,
check under the crafting bench.
that this is being
If you find any
circulated,
spare units
their
lying
life
around, grab them.
feels like it's
I'll do the
fucking
same in
over,
my
Ruined.
quarters.
completely ruined by a
right.
momentary lapse in judgment.
This is
And they
why
don't
you
even
sleep
think
with cops, Quill.
before
put
they do
bombs
it.
on my
Because-
ship.
My ship.
They're 14 or 15, 16 years old, and they're like, you know what? This will be something I'm gonna do, and nobody will ever know about it.
I am watching
Everybody
you, rodent.
fucking knows.
All
And
right.
it
What's
could
that
ruin.
supposed to mean?
It is
everything.
common knowledge
This was
that
a
rodents
prior
hoard nuts,
social media.
stolen
This is before
technology,
social media existed. I was like
units.
17 or 18. I went to a party. It was like I say party.
Okay.
It was a
First off, I
10-person
ain't a
party,
hoarder, nor
and this
a
is when we
rodent.
used to have to go get our cameras developed,
stash
right? Like
hidden
at Walgreens or something like that, right?
Now,
So
there ain't
I went to a
nothing to
house
fetch.
and I went and got in the shower with a girlfriend at the time. My friends all ran into the bathroom and they grabbed all of her clothes and they ran out of the house. So they thought it was funny, he, right?
like
So I
your
walked
story.
out. I don't
Why
think they
don't
did
you
it
go bother
intentionally.
someone else?
They left a sock.
I intend to.
So, as a man that has to go get his clothes back, I took the sock, I wrapped it around my junk, and I walk
Open this
out.
door. I
And
know
these
you
guys
are
were
in there,
waiting. Like,
Satan.
I'm not crying about it. I'm just saying these guys were waiting outside in
Do
the
not
living
think that I
room
do not
because
know
I'm
what
coming.
you
I
are
walk in the living room with the sock hanging on my junk, And I'm like, hey
Your
guys, I
rodent
got to get the
co-conspirator
clothes.
has clearly
That was
stashed
funny.
his illicit
And they
goods.
snapped a photo, a 35 millimeter, whatever you want to call it, photo, right?
Right.
Watching you.
So think about this. This is pre-Facebook. That could have just been done with a phone. And that could have been posted immediately to Facebook. It could have been posted immediately to social media where everyone saw it. And so what they said, here's the difference in lingo. We're going to print this off and hang it on all of the high school walls.
Oh shit.
And I listen, at the time I'd already become more in the know of how to weigh something down. Meaning I was like, dude, go for it. Because here's the thing, I wasn't embarrassed about anything. Like I wasn't like, oh my God, because if they did it, I just would have laughed it off too. But think about this: if social media would have existed then, it would have gone out to all the high school. It would have been reposted. It would have been a national thing, and then all of a sudden, people could have potentially almost gone to jail because I was a minor. Like things could have gone wrong really bad, and then I would have been way more embarrassed nationally than I would have done in the world of Cy-Fair High School, where it could have just been posted like a picture on the walls. And so I said, go for it, I don't care. And they ended up throwing it away, and they never did it. I still had the photo like 5 years ago when I found it, of that photo, because they gave me a copy. And then I just threw it away. I didn't care. It was funny because you just see me going with a sock hanging there. And to me, that's funny.
So,
but that could have been way worse if it was social media.
I have a story that kind of is the same. Whenever I was in high school, I was photographer for the yearbook, and it's funny how it happened. Whenever the things that I did, because I'm the oldest of 3 kids. I worked for Winn-Dixie. My sister worked there, and my brother.
Is that a
worked
gas
there.
station?
Winn-Dixie.
What is Winn-Dixie
It's a
again?
grocery store.
Okay.
And we all kind of we followed each other. My sister followed what I did. My brother followed what my sister did, and whatever. So my sister was photographer for the yearbook as well. And so whenever I'm in college and she's, I think, she must have been a junior at the time. She was photographer, and she had the same camera at home whenever it was one weekend that I was in from college. And that was the weekend she decided to throw a party. And there was a big party. Some friends of hers who were friends of mine were at the house. And so we're all having a good time and just, drinking and whatever. Because, 18 was a drinking age whenever I was growing up. So I was legal to drink whenever I was in college. And some buddies of mine decided that they were going to unzip their pants and pull their scrotum out, and they had their nuts hanging out.
Wasn't it called Rat Brains? Remember back? What's that? The Waiting
know.
movie. Did you ever see Waiting? Okay, it's called Rat.
Yes. So 2 of my buddies that were her friends too, they pulled their nuts out of their zipper.
Took a picture.
And I took the camera that she used for the yearbook, and I took a picture. Well, she doesn't develop.
Whoa, for yearbook?
Yes, it was the it was the yearbook camera. Okay, so listen, she doesn't develop the film. She just takes the picture. The teacher that does yearbook is the one that develops the film. So about 2 weeks later, the teacher comes up and says, "Wendy, can I see you in the hall?" And she's like, "Yeah." And she said, "Hey, I just want to let you know that I have a picture." And she had the picture. She said, "I have a picture that is it's not okay to have, and you use the yearbook camera to take pictures of nudity of boys." And I guess that she showed the picture to my sister. And my sister turns beet red right away, and she's like, "Oh my God, Josh was at home and he took the picture." And this was the same teacher I had for yearbook. And
Don't
she
say
goes,
a name because you don't want to incriminate him.
The teacher goes, "Oh, then never mind. You're okay. I understand." Because she had to put up with my shit whenever I was in her class. She understood completely that I fucked over my sister by taking that picture. So whatever. I did a lot of stupid shit, a lot of pranks.
Me too. I could list it
So
left and
many
right.
pranks.
Many a drugs, many a pranks.
Never drugs. I never did any
I did
drugs.
lots of drugs in high school.
We used to drink a lot though. Whenever because again, 18 was a drinking age. My stepdad is only 10 years older than me. My stepdad and I look alike And so I would use his ID if I had to.
Oh, what a win.
But I normally didn't have to use an ID because they didn't ever ask if you grew facial hair.
We just found certain gas stations.
Oh, my buddies, though. So I talked about being in football before. I wasn't good at football. I sucked at football, but my buddies all played football. I quit playing whenever I was
Any
in.
units I uncover will go directly to you.
I think I was going in 10th grade because they said two-a-days, and I was like, fuck that shit. I'm not doing two-a-days. And my senior year, they won the state championship. And I didn't play. I just drank. We were in New Orleans on Bourbon Street. That's kind of why I was talking about Bourbon Street earlier. But our senior year, we had very young coaches that coached the team, and two of my best friends, they looked like the coaches, and so they, for Halloween, dressed up like the coaching staff for Halloween, and they went into the K&B, and they were able to buy all the alcohol they wanted because the people behind the counter didn't know that they weren't the coaches of the football team. They looked like the coaches of the football team. Let them buy whatever they wanted.
Got the alcohol.
Yep, and so that was a big in for us from then on out.
Certain gas stations.
Yep.
I feel like that's a perfect place to end it. I think next time we come back and we continue the story on the game, we starting off by all the dumb high school stuff that we've
I got to
done.
bring that guitar, I guess. I mean,
I want to see it. You know what? Personally, I want to see it, and I'm going to do a screen like this, where I switch over to a screen like this, where we're talking.
That's my
You see all the pores?
fat
and Josh,
head?
you
Holy
see Josh
shit.
Reno?
Look at this guy right here.
So next
Look at
time
all
we
the
join
fucking
us,
great- look
Josh is going to bring the guitar, and on top of that, I think we'll talk a little bit about the dumb stuff we started off in high school and continue this game. What do you say?
I have the greatest story. It was
Hold it.
probably
Let him hold. No, don't
yes,
even give
I
any
know,
teasers.
but it was the greatest prank of all time. It was the absolute.
No, hold it on. Till next time.
I got two.
Okay. No,
two.
you're not letting one go.
No, I'm not. I got two of the greatest pranks of all time.
Thank you, all
Awesome.
of you, for hanging out with us
So
as always.
good.
Y'all are part of our gamer family. I'm Jeremy from 94.5 The Buzz. Josh Reno. We are Buzz Buds. Have a sip for us tonight. We'll see you guys soon. We're going to continue this game. Have a great rest of your night. Keep us posted, and we'll talk to you soon.